Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another Football Manager 22 experiment, where today we will be taking a look at the American League system and how it would work if it was moved into a pyramid system. Now, pyramid, like any Premier League or any Bundesliga or the French leagues, Spanish leagues, Italian leagues, they're leagues where you can get promoted and relegated, where obviously, as I'm sure many of you are aware, the American leagues don't have that system in place. Now, this puts that system in place. I'll make sure to leave the database for this down below in the description, so make sure you check it out if you're interested. It's a really fun kind of system to play with, as the promotion and relegation thing. You can also play with loads of teams that you can't normally play as in America, and there's some availability to get promoted up the leagues. But what we'll do today is just take a look at a few seasons, see how it works, how it goes, and what the positives are from it. But like I say, in the top division, there will obviously be the big teams that are already in the MLS. And as we go down, you can see there's a few more teams that are still notable, but not the ones in the MLS itself. Mainly the likes of New York Cosmos, Tampa Bay, Phoenix, Cincinnati are obviously in the MLS, but you've also got like Indy 11 as well. And along with that, we then move down again. You've got further teams in each division, each one getting their own name, which is very cool. So like DAZN being the sponsor of that one, Paramount in this one, you've got Good Sam. Don't actually know if what that is, and I mean, look at that is a really interesting. Why is there so many orange and blues positions there? I don't know, but then again, look, it's regionalized, so they should I think they should be in the right places for that. So as we keep going down, you can see we're into the amateur leagues now, but they could work their way up to the top division just like anyone can in England, France, Spain, that side of things. So certainly one I'd be interested to take a look at for the future, just like Inter United. That's a thing in America. 2008 Rose City FC. That's another one that's I've never heard of before. NTX Legends Football Club. So North Texas, I think that was. Lone Star Soccer Club Academy. Again, these are all teams that I've never heard of before, but they're interesting badges as well, you know. Is anyone else like me takes a look at the badges when they're looking to join a team to manage? I mean, the Americans tend to do badges very interestingly anyway. So there's certainly something to say about that. But I mean, it just keeps going and going and going. They've also got the cup competitions, ESPN League Cup, Turner Good Sam Cup, Alan Rothenberg Amateur Cup. So there's plenty there that we could probably take a look at. But with that, we will jump ahead just to take a look at how things have gone, ups and downs, all that sort of thing. And so I'll see you in just a second. So here we are then, at the end of the first season, and we can see, I mean, Inter Miami have won the division, but they haven't won the playoffs. So they still have the playoffs in this, which makes it still like the America. You know they like the playoffs over there. But with that, Orlando City won that one. Still got the likes of Nani in there and Daryl Dyke. But so interesting to see. You've got DC United, Sporting Kansas City and Real Salt Lake getting relegated. If we jump down a division, we can also see that Minnesota and Cincinnati got promoted, as well as New York Cosmos in the playoffs. So it'll be interesting to see how New York Cosmos do, certainly, as they aren't, I don't believe they're an MLS side, are they? I'm not going mad. They've got the likes of Ahmed El Mohammadi, who's actually now at Girona. So he's rated one of the highest for New York Cosmos, but actually has ended up moving on. Ali Amada is, again, he was there and now he isn't. So I don't know what's going to happen to New York Cosmos if they've just lost half their team. But with that said, we'll keep going down and take a few more looks at a few positions. San Diego, Dayton Dutch Lions and Albuquerque getting promoted. West Texas, Madison, with their infamous logo, Forward Madison, and their kits, which tend to be very, very nice. So certainly a team I'd recommend if you are going to pick a team to go with. They've been relegated as well as Norfolk. So again, if we just keep going down, it's the usual stuff as we go on. with all these teams getting opportunities of promotion and all that sort of thing. How the hell has OK City Energy got promoted? Is this the one where it was like half the team was in relegation and half was in promotion? Because that's kind of ridiculous. You could just finish anywhere in this one, and it looks like you could just get relegated or promoted. That's kind of ridiculous that someone in 12th has got promoted and someone in 15th actually got relegated in a 24 division team league. Interesting. That would be certainly something interesting to keep an eye on. But again, you just keep going through. FA Euro being the team that got relegated with 17 points, but Bethlehem Steel being the ones getting promoted. Very, very cool. It's something that I think is very interesting to see. We will jump ahead a few more times just to get an idea. I'm flicking through this nice and quickly so you can, if you want to have a look, pause it, obviously take a gander at that, but we'll also take a look at some of the competition. So Lamar Hunt US Open, we can see that Colorado won that one. North American Continental Cup didn't have any of the US teams in the final. ESPN League Cup, LAFC won that one. Turner Good Sam Cup, NJ Teamsters. What a new, I guess in New Jersey, yeah, New Jersey Teamsters FC Teamsters. That's an interesting name. I didn't know that was a thing. But they won that one, which is interesting, 2-0. Bay Cities winning that one. Big Apple Open was New York City FC winning that. California Classico, LA Force versus San Diego in that final, which is interesting. A Carolina Classic, Greenville versus Carolina. So there's plenty of cups that you could possibly win as well on the journey up. Heartland Cup, Minnesota winning that one. New Orleans Heritage Cup, Philadelphia winning the Independence Cup. Lone Star Cup went to Dallas. So yeah, there you go. There's a lot of teams available, lots of cups and competitions, but let's jump ahead again and just see if there's any more changes and if anyone's able to rise up the ranks in the top division. And here we are then once again. This time we are a few more years on. I think it's 4 years on now in 2025, and we can see New York Cosmos in there. Cincinnati, who were in the division below, is now fighting in the playoffs. Milwaukee Bavarians, I mean, they've got like a Bayern Munich sort of crest, but I have no idea where they've come from. Were they just in the... They were league history. They were in the Milwaukee Bavarians Peacock Premier League. And they've been in there... Have they been in there the whole time? I'm a little confused at that. Peacock... No, they were... Yeah, they were in the second division. I was so confused then. That really threw me off because they're called the Premier League. It's the second division, and Championship League is the first, and that's not normal in England. So, but with that, anything else? Tulsa in there, Sporting Kansas City right down the bottom in 18th. But I don't know how often the teams go up and down in these divisions. Northern Virginia getting promoted there. Miami FC down one. If we keep going, is there any more interesting little... Madison getting relegated again there, not great. OK City Energy that we saw managed to get promoted in that crazy division, which I think is this one, has managed to hold on. Yeah, again, Phoenix Rising 20th, Syracuse, North Texas, Charlotte Independence Football Club, and Orange County all getting promoted there. It's quite the league, certainly. That is quite the league. But yeah, I mean, it's Maryland Bobcats. That's a nice little badge, I have to say. I quite like it. Yeah, let's jump again. Just have another nose and see how things get on. All right, then. Here we are. Another 5 years on. And Portland have actually won this league. And they finished 8th. So that's the playoffs for you, innit? They finish in the top 8 and you could win the whole thing. Let's take a look over the years. I mean, it's been a few different teams. We can see Orlando City winning the first. Then Atlanta United and LAFC won a few. But after that, it's been Cincinnati, Orlando, Columbus, Portland. Cincinnati shows that you can end up winning the league after being in the championship, because that's where they started. But again, you can see New York's second team. That's New York Red Bulls, but they've got the second team logo. Are they the second team? that got promoted? I don't know. That's interesting to see. But with that, you can see a bunch of players in here. Miles Villar in the team. That's one thing that we could probably have a look at is the transfers, because I don't know what money you might get. There might be a case that you get a lot of transfers funds, which looks like it might be the case. Obviously, it also changes over from the series that is you've got a limited amount of wages. You can only sign players in certain positions with certain, because you can have international high value players and international low value. It's very complicated, the MLS, but it looks like that's all gone out the window, and you can just buy players now, which they've certainly done. In just this last year, you've got Gavin Bazuna coming from Feyenoord to New York City FC, Grady Diangana moving in internally. So there's Marcos Leonardo from Santos. We know he's decent. Brian Oko from Houston to New York City. So there's plenty of players there, but we'll jump back a few seasons. So we've got LA Galaxy spent shed loads in that one. Nico Williams, Mamadou Souma and Vukovic there. Jimenez coming in from Atletico. Aymar for 22 million. They're some big numbers, and this is the biggest number of yet. 46.5 million for Jordan Pickford from Everton to LAFC. He's now at Atlanta United. I mean, that's obviously shows that the money is there. Look, other one, Crescenzo Fierro, who's a regen, 25 years old. He obviously must have moved very young, 21. From Bologna to LA Galaxy, £47 million there. 35 million for Tosin Adarabioyo. Benjamin Sesko's gone from Salzburg to LAFC, and Angel Alacron from Barcelona to Atlanta United. So, I mean, some of these, Angelo as well from Santos to LA Galaxy. These are players that you'd look at bringing in yourself. Kaiki, Jake Vokins, the likes of Anur El Hatch as well. The young players that are coming in. So they've clearly got a bit of money to spend, and they're certainly doing that with, again, Fabio Carvalho, Dane Scarlett, Ollie McBurney, which is an odd one, Amad Diallo coming in for 17 million from Man United, Marcus Holmgren Pedersen, who we are fully aware of and is very good, Andrew Omobamidil, again, internal movement there. So it's very cool to see. And Buemo for £53 million. Are you crazy? He's left to go to Napoli, but that is mental. Luca Pellegrini, Pusetto Solis, Brandon Williams, Kane Lee, Ida, Wu Yongjong from Freiburg as well. So these teams are looking pretty good. Oscar also moved to the country for 51 million. Schlotterbeck. What? Schlotterbeck went to Atlanta United for 52 million, and Francisco Coensao moved over from Porto for 52 million. They had money to spend, and they certainly spent it. The first year, very limited, but the year after went crazy. Zach Steffen moved from Man City to LA Galaxy, one you'd probably expect. Samuel Shoshoa from Tenerife to Seattle, maybe not so much, but that's an interesting little look. Looking at, I mean, I don't know, I guess we could have a look at the overall competition. So most times won, Atlanta United. Most points in the season, 86 by LAFC. Fewest points with Phoenix. So Phoenix managed to get to the top division. That's interesting to see after they'd risen up through the ranks once again. So it just shows certainly worth taking a look at. I mean, they haven't managed to stay in the league, but worth taking a look. But with that, we'll leave it there. There's not much more to show you. I mean, Rafinha's at LAFC, I've just seen there, so that's kind of mental. And Borja Mayoral's at Atlanta United. And it's a rank 1 in the competition with the, Peacock Premier League, which is the second division, third. So, I mean, it's pretty impressive. But with that, we will leave it there. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe to the channel. I've left the database in the description down below, so check it out. It's a great database. Support the creator, of course. And I'll catch you in the next one. See you then.